Breaks are good. And everyone eventually needs it. Including me. A workaholic. But I think rest looks so different between individuals. It's not a matter of 50-50 stopping and going for me. Because I can't stop.
Outside the window, beautiful and strange. It must be found in a way.
I don't think I actually burn out, at least not like I used to. What I do for my assignments is incredibly fulfilling, and the return equates to the cost of my energy. But I still do feel imbalanced. Again, not because I'm working too much.
When I need to speak.
I don't feel restored just sitting at home and sleeping in. It's fun, but it's not fixing the problem. My definition of balance and rest is still working. So if I can't stop working, then it has to be an even split of working for them and for me. The intention is the key.
You think, Chris? Oh, what am I thinking? Of the cut or in life? Both? Right now. Right now? Yeah, man. Like it mistakenly feels like a burnout, but it's not. Like you know, like how like some things like you feel like you're tired, but then like you do something, you're excited, and you're like, oh, I'm not tired anymore. But like all the like the personal like street photography stuff that I do, that's what like recharges me. In this video though, I'll be like showing a lot of stuff I've been making, like commuting. Like there's a lot of stuff on the subway that I got, a lot of stuff like.
When I get film back from the lab, it feels like I'm getting oxygen back. When I get to sit and watch New York move, it's the same type of comfort when I'm sitting in my own living room. I'm excited again to map out my own personal work and to start working on it, like the trilogy of videos I want to make this summer for basketball. All of this feels sabbatical to me, but only because the other half of my creativity is saturated. Everything I do is with intention. There's intention to make money, there's intention to connect, and there's intention to just express myself freely.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
Breaks are good, and this is how I rest. Wow, it has felt like it's been such a long time since I've made a video for this channel, because if you don't already know, I make a lot of videos and projects for other people now, and one of them being Bandit Running. We have a YouTube channel right here if you want to subscribe. It's an Olympic year, and we've been doing a bunch of interesting stories on that, and it kind of came at a perfect timing because one, I wanted to take a little bit of a step back from in front of the camera. I love all you guys, but I wanted a little bit more balance to do stuff behind the camera. And it came at the right time. So doing all of that, it's exciting, but it kind of felt like I needed to balance it out with a little bit more personal work when I had the time. This was my first week off in the whole year, which is kind of crazy to think about because I didn't know what to do after the second day of resting, and then I started to get in my head of like, what should I do? But anyways, before we get into a little bit of a share time, let's thank the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Squarespace provides some of the industry-leading tools for making a portfolio for photographers like us who want to be taken seriously. I recently renovated my website to be more focused on my documentary work. Squarespace allows a lot of customizability from their award-winning templates to something as simple as changing the background to black. I love how my website feels more mature, and if I have any questions or problems, I know I can contact the 24/7 customer service to get myself squared away. You can start a free trial today at squarespace.com/ChrisChew. Use my code ChrisChew at checkout for 10% off your first purchase. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So yeah, it's been really exciting to exercise and practice all these storytelling skills that I always want to show for Bandit, for other people. And it's super cool that some of you DM me on Instagram saying, hey, I watched your video that you've done for someone else, and I can still see you you in the creation of it through the DNA, through the compositions, and even in the editing and post. So I'm like, wow, that's awesome that some of you out there are really paying attention to how I guess tell these stories. So thank you guys for sharing that. It honestly made me really happy. But yeah, with all this concentration of investment, effort, and time into that bucket of professional work, it felt very therapeutic to make work for myself, whether it is just taking photos for not even a YouTube video, not for Instagram for sure, not even for a book, but just for the sake of creating photos. That was so therapeutic for me and so balancing for me because it's purely personal. And a lot of those photos that I shared with you on screen, even though it wasn't even in the full format, I had to square crop some, I had to like 16:9 crop some of them too, just for the sake of the story. Those were photos that really represented like what I was feeling at the time. It was just this like kind of like split feeling of like, oh, like what is this thing that I'm like struggling with right now? And I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Like even when I was trying to make this video for all of you, I had a whole different concept of how I was going to, I guess, show you guys this whole thing, but got too much in my head. I haven't made a YouTube video in so long, and I put this kind of like self-induced pressure and this onus to come back in a super creative way. I can't do it in a talking head that I'm doing right now because it's just gonna bore you guys. It's gonna be so stupid. Nobody's gonna ask for this kind of video. So like, it's just like whole thing, like I just got in my head, and I just also compared myself to the other people that I've been making documentaries about. Like the magnitude of like those stories far exceeds the importance of me putting myself in front of the camera. So I just got too much in my head. But the whole barbershop thing and the framing of everything perfectly aligns and tells like how I've been feeling and how I want to come back. Even after 4 years of doing YouTube, I still struggle with these problems. Like I guess some things just never really change. But summer's coming back, street ball is coming back, and I want to tell those stories in such a more grandeur and highly produced way than I did last year, because I always like to top what I did before. So look forward to that. I'm very excited with the plans that I've had for that. We have some honestly super interesting partners that we're gonna be working with that. But yeah, until then, there's going to be a video coming out soon that explores an old format that I thought I would put away for a while, but it's coming back, so look forward to that. And those other projects that I could easily finish, like literally right now. But of course, thank you so much for sticking by and watching my other work, wherever it is. So see you guys in the next one. Peace.